This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Berry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Now, here's Gilgeous Alexander. For three. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Brett, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades. Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And so here are the Clippers, following the score by Oklahoma City. And it's denied. Here he goes. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Gilgeous Alexander in traffic uses that athleticism.
Here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now here's Leonard. Over Williams. And it's Leonard missing. On the wing, Gilgeous Alexander. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Harden outside. Unloads. Leonard on the wing. Outside, Jones. Pass to Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Well, a master from the mid-range. Harden so good at finding available space from that distance.
Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Now Leonard. After the missed three from Shai, Gilgeous Alexander. Inside. Back to Zubac. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. And he banks in the layup.
Zubac does a great job of sniffing out offensive rebounds. Beats his guy to the spot.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Thunder trailing by 4.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Pass to Dort. On the wing, Williams. Fires at the elbow. Jump shot is good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And that one's good, Simmons.
And not many 6'10 players have the handles that Simmons has.
That one good for 2.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Batum, the screen. Simmons with it. Dort covering. It's taken away by Wallace. A 3-ball. Drills it from outside. Dort's got 5 points so far.
Well, the size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. He can be really effective at any position on the floor.
Here's Holmgren. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. The Clippers trail. Back to Simmons. Pass to Batum. Outside for Simmons. Another shot. Here's Eubanks. A 3 from Bogdanovich. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game. And he shows the focus there. Nails the technical.
Now, Bogdanovich does those things that go underappreciated on the stat sheet, but much appreciated by the coaching staff. Such a valuable player.
Here's Harden. Count it. He has 6.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Gilgeous Alexander. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And Shai putting it on a string so hard to stay on top of him as a defender.
To the inside. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
From deep, Gilgeous Alexander. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Clippers lead by 2. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
Brent, I've always thought the stoic demeanor of Kawhi Leonard was very imposing for an opponent.
Well, there's just no rattling, right, Kevin? How many times have you seen Kawhi Leonard get outside of himself, react to a call, become emotional? Now, as a teammate, you have to have an understanding that he might not motivate you in that way, but certainly as an opponent, it's intimidating. I remember playing against John Stockton and Karl Malone much in the same way. Emotionless, relentless. That's sometimes intimidating for an opponent.
From deep, Harden drains the three-pointer. Harden's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
There's so many things that make Harden a dangerous offensive player, but that three-point shot, that's tops on the list.
And here are the Clippers now. Harden outside. Gilgeous Alexander with the steal. Wallace attacking. Outside Williams. Outside for Gilgeous Alexander. And the rejection by Zubac.
Terrific defense from Zubac. His team relies on him to help alter shots.
And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's a three-point game. From deep, Gilgeous Alexander. Will not go. Still looking for his shooting rhythm as he misses his 7th shot of 10. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. What you got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
It's deflected. And the dunk by Gilgeous Alexander.
How about the vertical of Gilgeous Alexander, a guard who can get up and throw it down.
Here's Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous Alexander. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. 2 points. That one goes.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Here's Harden. Pass to Leonard. Kicks it out to Harden. Fires for 3. That shot off.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Well, Harden just outworking them inside. Could we say he wanted it more?
Left side, Gilgeous Alexander. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Gilgeous Alexander's got 12.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
Here's Harden. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Doesn't get any easier for Zubac. He'll take those anytime he gets them.
Gilgeous Alexander, and he's open. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Leonard attacking. Basket made. That's his 3rd of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
I love the patience, the tactical mindset of Leonard. He's so good at picking his spots, especially on the pick and roll.
And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Down low, Hartenstein.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams for 3. Los Angeles leading by 5. Right side, Simmons. Bogdanovich, no luck. Williams with a clean look. A 3-pointer, no good. He can't hit that time. James Harden getting it done for the LA Clippers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Over in the corner, Dort. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. Makes it off the glass. Gilgeous Alexander's got the first bucket of the 3rd here for the Thunder.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous Alexander will not be stopped.
Leonard dunks it down with force.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Now Harden, 15 points in the game. The shot, no good. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
Leonard, no luck. Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Dort. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Pass to Leonard. Kawhi, confident inside.
I mean, where is this stuff coming from Kawhi Leonard? What can't he do that time with the floater?
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Gilgeous Alexander surveying the D. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Oklahoma City. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Now, here's Gilgeous Alexander. 16 points for him.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
This is his first free throw of the game. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
It's Dort on the wing. The second chance effort. Williams can't get it to go. And so Simmons will bring it up for the Clippers. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Pass to Batum. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Simmons looking around. The shot's good. Simmons got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
Now here's Simmons. .104 left in the third quarter of the game. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. An even 3-on-3 break. Dort with the ball. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. And here are the Clippers. They're on an 11-1 run. The drive by Simmons. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
The Clippers have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. Thunder trailing by 12. .32 seconds left to play in the third. Left side, Williams. Out to Wallace. Shot clock at 6. Shot on the wing. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Williams has got 6. Here is Harden. 15 points in the game. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Thunder trailing by 10. On the wing, Gilgeous Alexander. Count the basket.
When you have a guard like Gilgeous Alexander that fights inside, it can add some spunk to your team.
It's Harden with the drive, and he converts the layup.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Clippers leading by 10. Here's Leonard. It's blocked. Williams with the ball. Zubac defending. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Norman Powell.
Gilgeous Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
Gilgeous Alexander hits them both. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And here's Gilgeous Alexander outside. Traps in the tray. Gilgeous Alexander's got 7 points here in this quarter. Here's Harden. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
A few guys with better handles than James Harden. Really a magician with the rock.
Clippers leading by 9. Outside Leonard. Back to Harden. Pass to Powell. Stolen by Dort. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And so here is Oklahoma City. Gilgeous Alexander, that's a two-pointer. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. We'll see if that fire gets lit, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Harden. Takes it out to Leonard. Back to Harden. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 9. Gilgeous Alexander with it. Jones covering. Here's Dort. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. And that's now 9 points for Lou Dort.
Dort stepping in just a little bit and gets to the mid-range and shows some confidence there.
Kicks it out to Harden. It's stolen by Gilgeous Alexander. Here's Dort. Rebound by the Clippers. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Substitution, number 40.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Pass to Holmgren. Clock at 6. And Jones pulls it down. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Screen by Zubac. And the jam by Harden.
They once Harden takes that first step, it's very difficult to stop his drive.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
The mid-range game has been there for them all game long, and that old-school approach still getting it done in this one.
And here's Gilgeous Alexander outside. Cans it from downtown.
And more often than not, Gilgeous Alexander would pass on that shot, but he drains it this time.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Harden looking it over. Lets the three fly. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And the first of two, no good. Heartbreaker. And the second of two is good. That makes it a 7-point lead.
And what's remarkable is how complete Harden's game is. Making shots or making passes, he can create points in a number of ways.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that increases their lead.
GG.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. 14 foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Derek Jones Jr.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
And the dunk by Gilgeous Alexander. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 6. 11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
At the line for the Clippers, James Harden taking 2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here. So
GG.
now it's an 8-point game. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was